Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me for September 16th through the 22nd, 2024 in my vertical planner. I'm going to be using this incredible kit from Lunar Designs called Recently Deceased. It is based off of the original 1988 Beetlejuice movie by Tim Burton. This was one of there were many kits that came out about Beetlejuice, but this was my favorite art, and I just got so excited when I saw this. So there's actually so much good full box art in this that I am going to have to get really creative with my extenders so that I can use all of it. So this is the full box. We've got the sand worm, the dinner scene, we have Lydia, you know who. I love the detail. This is the number that they get. There's the handbook. There's Barbara and I want to say Mitchell. So here's the really fun, washy, really creepy full box. We have two more full boxes. This really fun sort of lime green color. So here are the sheets. The deco is very cute also. It's a little repetitive, but still great. We've got some glitter headers here, lots of little things. This is super helpful for me when I do this kind of planning. So that was the original, and I actually printed the full kit, so there's a lot more here. So this is the full box. I love this so much. I have to use it. So we have some additional blank full boxes that are great for quotes. We have some checklists. This actually came with some really cute color-coded icons that go with the kit. And because of the way that they were printed, I actually printed two of them because they come out like this. And then there were also some like characters that also came with this that are color blocked. So, and then here's the tall box. So I decided to use a bunch of different things. I've actually gone back and forth with the foil that I was going to use with this. I was going to use the dark green leaves bundle that I got from SPC, but I'm actually going to use that with something else. Then I had these really cute ghost underlays from PlannerSpeechie that I thought would be really cute with this. But actually, I've decided to use those for a different Halloween kit. I was going to use this in October originally, but I've decided to use it now because I just saw the movie on Saturday, and so I thought it would be more fun to do it like while the movie is still fresh in my mind. So I have a couple of freebies from PlannerSpeechie. This just says Female Rage the Musical. I thought that would be fun to put over Lydia. And then I have this other one in, I think it's just silver. You Are Beautiful, with some really fun little Halloween icons there. And then I have this great washi set from Sadie Stickers called Spiderweb in silver that I thought would look great with this washi. So anyway, this base is gonna take me a while to set up because there's so many different extenders and things. So I am gonna speed things up and come back in a voiceover.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So just to give you a little sneak peek onto what I did off camera here, I took two checklist boxes and I cut them down, and then I added some sticker paper to the back, and I used the extender. Oh, that's Simone. Hi, Simone. What a sweet baby. So I just used some extra sticker paper to make these extenders by just sticking different stickers on the back to cover it up, and that worked really well. So I chose the Beetlejuice sign so that I could put the creepy guy version of him on the stairs, and then when you lift the flap, there he is. So that was intentional. I love this tall box. I thought it was really fun. I had some trouble figuring out exactly where to place it because I wanted to be able to place at least three boxes one right next to the other, and I decided to separate them with the glitter header. So you'll see I picked this one up and down, but eventually I got there and I think it looks really, really cute. Um, and then to make the double box extender, I just did the same thing. I used the sticker paper uh, plus the checklists, and then I used for the back the extra full boxes that were patterned, and I just stuck those on the back. It doesn't look perfectly cohesive, but it is still very workable and functional. So, and then I put this really adorable Sadie Stickers spider web washi on the top because I thought it looked so good and gave it a little bit of an eerie feel. This is my favorite washi overlay that I can use in this during the season. So I try and use it as often as I can. I hope it doesn't get boring for you guys to see the same thing over and over, but it is my favorite. Side note, I did not realize that Female Rage the Musical was a Taylor Swift reference when I put that down on Lydia Dietz. So please do not come at me for that because I just didn't know. So I just thought it fit kind of her personality and thought it would work. But anyway, so I did color block for this spread, and I'm glad I did it because the colors were really bold. And I think if I had mixed them all up, it would have been busier than the spread already was. So this is an instance where I think sometimes mixing up the colors can make everything look too muddled, but it really depends on the art and the context and how you're using every other day. So I put Barbara at the top and then the recently deceased handbook with all the fun little details in it. Um, and then I put this character with the shrunken head has a much bigger role in the second movie. So I wanted to make sure that he was prominently featured. And that's the double tap. I was able to use, I think I used almost all of the full boxes, if not all of them. So the deco for this spread was a little repetitive. You can see some of it looks very similar. So my goal here was just trying to separate the art from itself and also the art from where I put the full boxes, just to make sure that nothing was a little overwhelming. But I think the effect is really nice. Now, this was a really crazy week in terms of like just dealing with crazy stuff at work and crazy stuff at home. So I think this spread is very fitting for the kind of week that I had. And I will explain what all of that means in just a minute. I did choose to use the weekend banner. I think, guys, I think I'm going to phase the weekend banners out moving forward. I don't really see the point of them because I'm not Dame Maggie Smith, may she rest in peace. Um, we know that Saturdays and Sundays are weekends. They're right next to each other in the planner. I just feel like it's unnecessary now. Like it's not something that we need to do anymore. But anyway, so this is how the spread looked before I decided to add the ghost underlays. And so I went back and forth on which underlays I wanted to use, and I ultimately decided that with this pattern with the foil plus the context of the ghost, I was like, let's just use it. So here we go. I put them all down. You can see that it's almost an inverted ghost pattern, which I really love because especially when you're trying to use them as underlays, I feel like the solids or the mostly solids underlays do the most work for you because then you've got the most shimmer coming through. And that's really the point of the underlay, is not the image itself. And so I like this is the way I think I'm going to go with underlays from now on as much as I can, because I think the more that it's an image, the less you're going to see it. And this looks really cool. The oil slick was really interesting. It's got a lot of purple and green in it, more than the silver or the nickel type aspect that I expected. So And look, I was able to lift the entire thing off. Which goes to show you like how delicate this stuff is. It's not really going to hold up very well in general. But there you go. So I was able to stick it right back on, and I tried really hard to like smooth it out so that it would actually stick. So there we go. That is the full base with the full wiggle, and I'm so glad I did it. Anyway, so let's get into the day to day. Um, So I did go to Trader Joe's the week before and I had all these amazing pumpkin products. So I decided this was my pumpkin brioche breakfast week where I was just going to have delicious, um, insanely caloric toast for breakfast. It's worth it. It's the holidays. You know, I consider the holidays to start like middle of September and then they go all the way through January 1st. And then there's kind of a lull. Um, so I really love Halloween and the fall in general. So I like to celebrate it as much as I can. Um, so I did do, I worked on my session notes, I did session prep, um, I did do speech therapy, and I did a speech screening. So all of those scripts are from Plannahannah. They were customs that I had made in different font styles. And I didn't foil them because I wasn't sure what I was going to be using. I did foil speech therapy in the gold, the silver, and the rose gold, and that was helpful. So I got a brand new rug for my speech room, and it's been such a blessing to have it because the kids love to play on the rug. I love to do therapy on the rug. There's a DIR floor time component to what I do sometimes. And unfortunately, this lovely little kid who is non-speaking had an accident, and so we needed to get him, back to his classroom and get him all settled. But my rug was completely, it had been baptized, as I like to say. So I couldn't do speech therapy in my room for the rest of the day until it was able to be cleaned up. And there were a lot of other things going on that day, and I just felt overwhelmed. And then I did have a really great therapy session, and I had like a breakthrough in therapy, and that was really good. So I just marked all of that very quickly. Sorry. On Tuesday, I did session prep and speech therapy. I did do a speech language eval, which was really fun. I love doing testing. I think it's a really interesting and dynamic process. Um, and then I did have a little staff meeting and I ordered a care package for my friend because we got some horrible news that my friend's husband was going to need emergency surgery in a very intense place. So we decided as a group to like send a bunch of care packages. And so I had fun sending that stuff out. Um, and yeah, so that's what that was. And then my husband was still really sick. So I used that Stick with the Plan Co sticker to mark that. And there was another student who had a meltdown, and I was called in to support her, and I did support her. But I'm a person too, and I definitely felt overstimulated after that session. And it was right at the end of the day. And so I just like to have the two things happen back to back um, was a lot. And so I was just trying to off of it. I did go home and I started watching The Perfect Couple, which was really good. I loved Nicole Kidman's portrayal. I hadn't read the book, so I genuinely didn't know the mystery. And apparently, the book is very different from the way that the TV show ends the story. So keep that in mind, but definitely check it out. It was worth watching. I binged it in 2 days. Um, so on Wednesday morning, I just marked that I took a shower because I'm trying to mark my self care more and more. Um, and I did continue the speech eval, which was fun. So I used all of these icons, by the way, came with the kit, a lot of them. So that's the reason they match so well. Um, and it was really easy. I didn't have to pull too much from my own stash, and that was perfect. I'm a little sad that I covered up that ghost. I feel like I should have just left him like that, but I had already used the sticker, so eep. Um, so then I did do speech therapy. I used the little Frankenstein to mark that. And then I had a staff meeting at the end of the day. I went to Target after work to, I had to pick something up, and I decided that this was a good time for me to buy Halloween candy, like before it all disappeared. So I did buy a lot of pumpkin things, and then um, I called my mom on the way home. My husband made this delicious pumpkin bread, and then we had chai with our neighbors and just sort of sat on their brand new patio that they had just completed, and that was really nice to just like sit and talk with people and watch the sunset. So it was a lovely end to the day. And then I watched Only Murders in the Building because my friend Lynette had never seen it, and so I was like, let's do this for our Google Meet night. So we watched just the first episode of season one, and that propelled me to watch the rest of the series. So I'm really, now I'm back into it again. On Thursday, I did go back to that school where my rug had been christened. And so the rug was all clean, the space was all clean, but I just wanted to give it a once over. So I did clean my speech room again. I used the sandworm to mark that I did speech therapy. I thought that was kind of funny. I marked a little lunch bag because I had my staff meeting and I ate my lunch during the staff meeting. I was feeling my mood was really, really down on this day. I used the little mummy icon to mark that. I'm taking medication that messes with my mood, and that's like one of the side effects of this medication. So I had to keep telling myself all day that it was the medication that was having this effect, but um, when your body is telling you one thing and your brain is telling you another, it's very hard to keep those things in check. So it's just kind of an exhausting day. And then I ran the dishwasher. um, so I got home and I just like tried to relax. And I found out from my friend that the surgery went well. And so that was really good news. And then I just had some like cuddle time with my husband. Like I just marked that we like spent time together. So on Friday, I marked again that I had the pumpkin brioche. I actually managed to finish the whole loaf in a week, which is a little frightening. I did do speech therapy, and that sticker is not from the kit. That was from Carly Plans. There were a lot of new releases that came out, so I did do some shopping. It's probably Linner Designs and Planner Pixie Co. I called my mom on the way home. I did flip these by accident. I did a hearing screening before I called my mother, but the order of it for some reason got flipped. I had been binging Harry Potter also before my husband came home from his trip, and so I ended up watching Harry Potter 7 parts 1 and 2 back to back for my Friday night. So that was really fun. I also read my book Word Hunter, which was really good, and I also cleaned the kitchen. And while we were having dinner, we watched Veep. We've started rewatching Veep now that Harris is running, and it's just been really fun to revisit. Uh, so I encourage everybody to watch it. It's a good show. On Saturday, I finished Word Hunter, and I used the pillows because I finished it while my husband was still sleeping and I was reading it on my Kindle. And then I did get up and make avocado toast. And this was really fun. So being able to use the double box gave me so much more room to mark all of the things that I did on Saturday and Sunday. And I did a lot. So it was nice to have the space. Another good reason to use a double box. So Saturday was kind of a weird day for me. I was still in that funky mood. I couldn't really initiate tasks very well. I had all these things that I needed to do, that I wanted to do, that I could just not get myself in the right headspace to do. So I just used that Stick with the Plan Co. sticker to mark that. I did do laundry, although I made a mistake and I forgot to put it, like I forgot to check the dryer to make sure that it was all clean. So it ended up getting mildewed and I had to do the laundry again. Um, I did start reading this book for my Morbidly Curious book club called Cannibalism by Bill Shute. It's really fascinating. I don't know that I can recommend it if you're not into that kind of thing. So check it out if you're interested. It's very well written, definitely, but it is a very kind of skeevy topic. So some of it may be a little hard to read. Um, so I did get my SPC order and I marked that. Um, I managed to take a walk to get the mail, and so I counted that towards the day. Again, I really should have left that ghost just there. I think that would have been better, but nope, I covered it right up. And then my husband was picking the movie for movie night, so he picked Training Day with Denzel Washington, and I gave it 2 stars. It wasn't my favorite. It's not my favorite kind of movie. I think Denzel Washington is an amazing actor, but I also just like, I wasn't really into it. I thought it was a little too intense for me. And we ordered from Metro Diner, so that was nice. On Sunday, I woke up really early, like 3 a.m., and I ordered a bunch of stuff from the John Darien collection at Target. John Darien is this incredible artist who does home decor that's based on like 18th and 19th century, and he does stuff with Target every once in a while, and his stuff retail is like hundreds of dollars. So to get it at Target for like 30 bucks was like the biggest win. So I did do that. Um, and then I did get up and read Cannibalism. We had pumpkin spice rolls for breakfast. I cleaned the bathroom. I folded laundry. I vacuumed the stairs. And the biggest task I did this day was I built a desk. My husband just got a brand new computer because he's doing some new recording with his guitar, and we needed a desk to put it on. So I am really good at building furniture, so I built the desk for him. It came out really nice. I'm really proud of it, and um, it was actually a really great task to get me out of my funk because you're just following a series of instructions and then you have this thing when you're done. It's nice to have a product when you've worked hard on something, um, to show that you've actually completed the task. So that was kind of nice. Um, After that, I went to Publix. I got groceries for us for the week. I did edit and upload Plan with Me's. My husband bought Renaissance Fair tickets, which I'm really excited about. And I also marked that I took my medications. So, all in all, this was like a really busy and emotional roller coaster week for me, not for any specific reasons other than what I mentioned, but I think uh, this kit was the perfect um, set of art to use, and I'm so glad I got to use all of it. The only regret I have about this is maybe not showing more of the ghosties underneath because they're very cute, but we know where they are. They're just hiding. All right, let's look at the whole spread together now, I think.
Okay, so here it is. This is the final spread for the week. This was crazy, but I actually really enjoyed like having this extra room. I feel like that was really helpful for me. Um, I like the color blocking because it made it easy to just grab stuff that I needed. And of course, as soon as I start filming this part, where I'm trying to showcase the whole thing, the light changes because the sun went behind a cloud. But anyway, you can't really see the ghosties. You can kind of see them there and like little bits and places here, but it's much more subtle. Again, I think I've learned like don't get too attached to the underlays because they're going to disappear eventually. So I basically used most of the icons that came with this kit and the little characters. I even had to go into that second sheet for a couple of things. And then I actually had a lot of these like bigger flags still there, and I probably could have cut those in half and like used those, but I mostly used like the little things. Like I think this was a mix of header and little thing sheets. I didn't use any of that. I could have used more round boxes, I guess. Um, and I didn't use any of the sidebar or these little squares, but honestly, I didn't need them, and it came out looking so good. I'm really loving, all this extra space that I had to kind of just play with it and have fun. So this was a really special spread, and I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. So please stay tuned for next week and have a really wonderful week. Take care.